Welcome to Coop and Sam. I'm joined here with Sam. Hey Sam, how you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Fine. Who's starting today?
We've got Oliveira starting up front again.
Yeah.
And then Madison and is Tribal. Yeah, Tribal starting.
Okay, so the main thing I guess we have to say is that Stiepermann's been pushed forward, I guess, as a winger because we've got Husband in as well. So it'd be nice to see him in a more advanced role.
He is
Not only
forward,
not only that, it's a shame Vrancic is in. We're in already. Vrancic is in because I thought Naismith was going to be back from injury, but he picked up a knock midweek in training. So that's my only concern. Apart from that, the team looks good. Zimmerman's out, Hanley's in.
I rate Hanley though. He's a good defender.
Great, enough from you. Thanks, Sam. Duck.
I'm here too, hey.
Yeah, we're not going to do teams. We're back. We're back in the fray.
Yeah, we'll talk more at half-time, the end of the game.
Yeah.
I'd just like to say, lovely to see Barnsley bringing an absolute sea of fans from up north. Got a couple of buses worth. But to be fair, you couldn't point to Barnsley.
And they're like
on
mini
that.
buses.
Yeah.
Those just point sort of northern up.
Yeah.
It's all the same up there, and all those.
Yeah. Probably horse-drawn carts.
Yeah. And that Hovis music.
Yeah, for me, you know, the problem of us having injuries and having to play very limited players such as Husband and Vrancic makes my heart sink a little bit, but we should be able to do Barnsley.
Well, Naismith was back. Naismith was back. He picked up a knock midweek. Good news is, Pritchard, they reckon he's going to be on the bench Tuesday.
Wow. Well,
so he's back. Bad news is, Tetty's out until mid-December, I think.
That's a real shame, because we are 100% more solid when he's playing in the hole.
I'm really worried about Vrancic today. If Vrancic doesn't have a good game today, I mean, I've been saying that the last 3 games. I mean, it's never too late for a player to redeem himself. But
no, not when there's no alternatives.
No,
he's got all the time in the world.
Yeah, but if he's rubbish again today, I might actually have to have words with him.
Yeah, this is a must-win. We got to right this ship. We did really well after the last international break. We really rallied after that. I know that Farker was on the news the other day saying that, well, not complaining, but saying international breaks are difficult because certain players aren't there and you have to work with what you've got left. Obviously, there's a few players that saw international duty, including Madison and Gunn.
Well, but if our players stopped pretending to be Irish, Welsh or Scottish so that they could get a taste of international football, then they'd all be around.
Yeah.
Is that cynical of me? Probably. Who knows? Coop Duck. See you at half time. Half time. Well, it's not half time. It's the second half's about to start. We're 1-0 up. Josh Murphy scored. What's your dad's name? Nigel. The guy who sits 2 seats away from us, Nigel, who very kindly bought us a couple of wherries at half time.
Lovely.
We said in jest, oh yeah, well, you're at the bar, gets a couple of wherries. He did it. So thank you, Nigel. But he didn't like that when Josh scored, he gave the sort of hand to the ear.
Totally agree. There's no entitlement in this game. He needs to work harder.
And fans aren't criticising him for his ability to put it in the back of the net. They're criticising him for not working hard enough. And as a winger or as a midfield player, you have to graft.
Absolutely. We need a second goal to put this to bed. Barnsley aren't up to it. We just need a second goal to get them out of reach. One criticism of the first half, Nelson Oliveira was just a bit shabby around goal. And consequently, I think, because of his natural greed being a goal scorer, because he's been off, I think he's probably cost Madison a goal in this game so far.
I mean, Madison's looked really good, except in the final third, when the chances have happened, his touch has been a bit off, actually. But, it was a lacklustre, slightly shit first half. I mean, we've been strangely flat in areas, looked a little lopsided, but Barnsley haven't offered really anything, so they're there for the taking.
And also Pinto's got this white Zorro mask on because of his broken nose, and from distance it looks like he's wearing those retro 3D glasses that used to get on the front of the Telegraph if there was something 3D on telly for children in need or something. Children Need still going. It was Friday.
God, dude, I'll talk to you about that off camera.
Good.
Chris Evans has been really plugging it on his morning Radio 2 breakfast shows. And when he is being all sucky, he is probably the most nauseating man in broadcasting.
Yeah.
That's got nothing to do with football or this. So predictions full time, what are we going to say?
2-0 Norwich.
What do you think of Mario Vrancic?
Oh, gash. As always. Total gash.
I wanted to have a word with Adrian Forbes. He just walked past us.
He's not up to it.
I miss him.
He's not up to it, Vrancic. And neither's husband, bless him.
But husband works hard. He's just not a very good footballer. The problem with Vrancic is that he clearly has got ability. He's just a lazy prick.
But the redeeming feature of husband is he does look like that actor from 300, the guy who's like the storyteller.
Yeah, who was Boromir's brother.
Yes, Boromir's brother in Lord of the Rings. Tell me. 1-1. 1-1. And unbelievably easy goal for them. Unbelievably easy.
We can change our predictions now.
Yeah, you're right. Did I say 2-0? Sorry, I didn't mean that. I meant 2-1 us.
2-1.
Oh shit, dude.
Good
that was so poor from us.
What's the score? Oh well.
Never mind. We'll get back to you time.
1-1. We made a formation change at half time. Went to 3 at the back. We took off Husband.
Yeah.
Brought on Zimmerman. Went sort of wing backs, I guess. Pulled Stieperman, either or. We pulled him back and then played him as a wing back.
Took Murphy off.
Yeah, well, that happened later, but I don't know whether or not their goal, Barnsley's goal, was a direct result of that formation change, because
Pinto was certainly out of position.
Yeah, they played a ball. They played a ball out to the wing, and whoever scored, I don't even know, don't care. He was in acres of space, and he put it away quite neatly, but it was very easy for him. And
we lack that kind of spirit that we shoot early in the season.
You can concede goals, but when was the last time you won at home?
I know.
We don't look like scoring more than one goal max at home.
Well, we have no goal production.
It wasn't like, we should have scored. We were awful today.
In every respect, and the lack of hustle today was alarming. Barnsley were dominating possession. At the 80-minute mark, Barnsley just had their foot on the ball. They were coming on to us. We looked at sea. Absolutely. Unfortunately for us, they were absolute shit. But it was two mediocre teams today making mistakes at best. The ball was in the air a lot. We were barely paying attention to the game at points.
But think of who we brought on. First we took off Murphy and brought on, what's his name? Guy got sent off.
Marley Watkins. Not done apart from getting sent off, he's not done a single thing in a Norwich shirt yet.
He just had no impact on the game. Then Tribal looked to take a bit of a knock.
Yeah, hip injury. God knows what happens if he goes out.
Yeah, so then we brought on Yannick Wiltshire, who is shit.
Yeah.
He was he's just got one way of playing football, just run in a straight line. And he was trying to do that in his own half, deep in his own half as well, and getting us into all sorts of trouble. But but him having to do that really represented our lack of ideas going forward, and we needed someone who could just put their foot on the ball, because Barnsley has camped in, our own half. They had the lion's share of the possession, certainly for probably from the 80-minute mark onwards. We had a little flurry towards the end, but by that point it was too late. And Barnsley probably realised the magnitude of a point at Norwich and just saw it out. But we just.
And Barnsley are a bottom half championship team.
We should be smashing. Last season we would be smashing Barnsley at home.
And that's the thing. We heard towards the end of the game, we heard murmurs around the ground about
booze as well at the end.
Oh yeah, but people saying, I don't think Farke's got it. Look, he has been given no players, and this is the thing. We have started this season with an inadequate squad of players, a couple of an already waff-thin squad, a couple of injuries. We don't have backup players.
No.
Today we were playing players like, Hanley's a plain Jane fullback, but
centre back.
But Vrancic, Husband, these players aren't good enough. In any way, shape or form, these players aren't good enough. But then we've got players who we see as our better players, like Pinto, Josh Murphy.
Yeah.
They're not all that. They're just not all that in the grand scheme of things.
Well, he works hard and he's very quick, but he's extremely limited.
It's not like
forward.
He's one of the best players in the champ.
No.
Nelson Oliveira, we love him. He's not a 20-goal a season guy.
Well, he could be if he had the service. I thought he looked like a 20-goal-a-season guy last season, personally.
Yeah, but then there were the injuries.
I think he would have got 20 last season. No, we're not creating hardly any chances.
No, we're not. We don't have goal production. Our midfield's awful.
But look, this sums it up for me. The fact that James Maddison, I said last time, he only got in the team because Pritchard was injured, and he is probably the first name on the team sheet.
Oh yeah,
now.
he's our shining light.
And we just looked awful today. We haven't got the players. You're absolutely right. And we haven't got the desire.
No,
at the moment.
we've lost. We seem to have lost it, but that's probably because a championship season is relentless and grinding.
I think that's the worst performance I've seen at Carrow Road this season. It's not the worst result. We drew the game, we got a point. We've lost games at Carrow Road.
Yeah.
As far as performance goes, when you consider the opposition we're against, that's the worst we've played all season.
And it goes back, this is what annoys me, and we haven't spoke about this because a couple of weeks ago and we had the international break, so we've not podcasted since, but the club's come out and said, we have money worries about next year because the parachute payments stop, and it's, we're going to be whatever it is, 3.9 million or whatever the number is down. That annoys me because we've saved a phenomenal amount of money starting the season with a very cheap, very shit squad, and all the money we made and didn't reinvest in the squad.
Getting rid of a load of top earners off our books.
We've cut millions off the salary, the annual salary budget. Did the shareholders get dividends last year? Yes. Will they get dividends this year? No doubt. The club are selling us that bullshit so they can get away with selling the likes of Closer and Madison in the summer.
Yeah, not only that, they're saying... How you doing? Yeah, I'm fine. Just podcasting at the moment. Okay. I mean, not only that, they're not looking for outside investment either. So
no. Well, I just think, and I go back to this, and I hate to harp on, but we got relegated from the Prem in the shittest year ever of Prem football, the lowest overall standard. A couple of extra players in September, and we would have stayed up that year, and that mismanagement cost us hundreds of millions of pounds.
Yeah.
Going down in that season cost the club hundreds of millions of pounds. So I don't believe the club's financial model. I never have. And this is the other thing. This whole family club, balance the books, mediocrity. There's a lot of white hair around that ground.
Yeah, and I tell you what, one of the most expensive clubs.
Yes, most expensive season tickets in the Championship.
Yeah.
No, I feel hard done by. Look, and there's a lot of old fans in that ground, and if they think that's going to last forever, it's not. The next generation are not interested in watching the type of football that we saw today. And in 10 years, 20 years' time, the club could be a third-tier club playing to empty seats, easily.
Well, yeah, we're not going to do anything this season.
No, and okay, maybe I'm being melodramatic, but the club has to speculate to succeed, because that's what happens in football. You cannot succeed in football without speculating.
Investment. The players we haven't got is good enough. I mean, for me, I'm going to leave Farker alone for the time being.
I agree. No, we like him.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how it goes with Farker. I think he has been dealt a bit of a raw deal, but I don't like his insistence on playing Mario Vrancic, because I think Mario Vrancic is shit.
Agreed.
I think his formation change probably led to their goal.
Quite possibly.
And I also think the substitutes were the wrong substitutions, and they were too late.
Yeah. But and maybe and stepping back from it, I'm sure the club, similar to what Stuart Webber did in the past, I'm sure it's a 2-year plan, but there's no need for it to be. We could do all right this season.
Yeah.
And I just want Delia to sell the club at some point.
Yes,
I know she's never going to, but it's just getting shabby. Year on year, it's just getting shabby.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
well, we're shit. We go again on Tuesday. We go on Ramsey Wells. Good boozer. See ya. Bye.
Bye.